an Antorus monster that's desperately trying to be Xandera. I don't know. I didn't know where I was going with that.
Well, I don't know if they're trying to be Xantorus, like Antorus, but it reminds me of it, and I love it.
I too liked Antorus. Hello, chat.
So the show... Hey, chat room. What's up? The show hasn't like officially started. What happens is now people get their Twitch updates. So it's like, bing! Oh, the Converted is live. I need to mute that right now. Okay. I am very happy to have you on, Kestrel. It really it pleases me.
I'm glad me being here has pleased people. I'm happy to get myself a little bit more out there.
Cool. I want to know more about what Turarts' situation is. I understand that there's no camera tonight, and that's perfectly fine. But are you in a loud place or something?
No, just some bedtime routines, because little guy goes to bed right around the time we start.
Oh, I didn't hear any noise then at all. Just a few minutes ago, I thought you were in like a bar.
No, that was the son having to go to the bathroom, even though he just went to the bathroom 2 minutes before.
You know, anything to avoid bed for a few more minutes.
Exactly.
My little niece used to yell, "Mommy, I poo! I pooed! I pooed! I pooed! I poop!" And sometimes she did poop.
It's important to know yourself.
Well, she figured out that was the one thing that they would always come and check. They didn't want her sleeping in her poop all night if they could avoid it. So she would wait to poop until...
Yeah, sneak a real poop in there once in a while so the parents think it's real. You don't want to be the girl that cried poop.
Okay, so while we're in pre-show, I want to bring attention to my Coney Island hoodie. Right there. It's got cool stuff on the back too. But also, eventually, behind me will be this. I purchased this at Coney Island at the Creep Show.
It definitely is pretty creep showy.
Yeah.
I would not want that in my room.
That looks like it may have been like the prequel to Saw, but I'm just gonna not say anything.
No, it's
I'm glad it's supposed to be creepy.
He's the Luna Park mascot.
Okay.
Because I'm too Canadian for this, and I'm so confused.
He's doing an actually really astonishingly good job at evening out your lighting when you hold him like this. Do you see that?
Yeah.
I mean, you're a little on the dull side. Like there could be a little like if it was angled differently, it would be like a little better. But it's like, isn't that a weird effect? I don't know anything about lighting. All I know is that when you held it up, it changed everything about your camera.
Buddy.
A second. Computer, turn Spock on. There's more light. And then the
My Alexa's upset because she didn't find a device called Spock.
Then I try to get my camera to adjust. No, I think we'd figured out that Spock is too bright.
I mean, I feel like that was McCoy's problem the whole time.
That's how I wake up. I mean, it's that turns the lights on for me automatically. It's attached to a 2 or 3 lamps. Let's see. Winchester's here. Now it's a party.
Oh yeah.
Okay, can we do something?
Yeah, what's up?
And Eshelon is here. Oh wow, the chat room's already crazy. Let me hear you. Like a possum? What? Yeah, Fresley, there aren't very many things you can actually name your Amazon dot thing, but computer is one of them.
Yeah, it's Amazon, Echo, computer, and dot, I think, are the 4 options, and there's like you're done there.
Yeah, there's not a lot
Computer,
of
be
wake
quiet.
words.
I think she knows what she's talking about, and she's wrong. This is what I get for using speakers on a podcast. I'm highly unprofessional.
How are you using speakers? Do you usually use speakers?
No, normally I was using the earbuds, but then I realized that there was no reason to, because the mic is aimed this way, and I have the speakers turned down low enough that she can hear us, but this can't.
Computer, order industrial lube on Amazon. It's still going on mine too.
It's $2,000.
Computer, stop.
No. No.
Computer, turn off the lights.
Computer, stop. She wouldn't. She was going on and on and on.
Well, mine was too, because
Did you find out that it wasn't available for Prime shipping, so it couldn't be there next day?
yes.
Yeah, she told me that too. The thing Silver said to do would totally work, though. The thing you tried to do, but she was busy rambling.
Oh, computer, turn off the lights.
From all the way in New York
Computer,
City.
turn on the lights.
That's so much better than clap on, clap off.
Computer, turn on the lights. Can you hear mine?
No, I didn't hear yours. What did yours
Oh.
say? It doesn't know about lights?
Sorry, yeah, because I called mine Spock. Yeah. Okay, so here's the deal. Eshelon. I would like you to hear us and know us. I'm sorry. Is anyone demonstrably louder than someone else?
Just so that you're aware, I've been monitoring us this whole time, and occasionally we slip into the red, but we've been hanging out in the yellow for the majority of, like, on the little Streamlabs OBS meters. It's got green,
Okay.
yellow, and red. We tend to hang out in the yellow. I've been trying my best since last show to keep that in mind. Was last show a little bit more even than it was normally? Did you happen to notice?
I would have had a louder T.
Okay.
T can almost always be louder to me. And Kestrel.
See, here's
you
the
need
thing.
to check that.
I've been watching. Everybody's in the same region. I don't trust chat anymore. Chat, I love you. I love every single one of you. But every time we've been like, oh yeah, no, it sounds good on that side of it, we get into the editing portion and it's like, wow, everyone's super off. Like I can't.
Okay.
I have to go by the number I'm seeing.
Math. Cool. Okay, wonderful. And oh, we're looking at a different. Okay, the picture I'm looking at T here is different than the picture I'm looking at T there.
Mm-hmm.
They are both adorable. One of them is a little bit sexier than the other.
Yes, it is.
Well, the one that Discord has is about this big. If I'm
Yeah.
right
You have to do
around.
some weird editing to get some Discord ones.
Well, I mean, all you got to do is take a picture like this instead of like this. I searched your Twitters, both of yous, Sal, to get the just in case they're not here pictures. And I got news for you. I don't know why you guys insist on taking vertical pictures when
Because that's how people take
Boobs.
photos.
Ash,
Oh,
like a
and
normal
also
person, takes a horizontal
boobs.
picture
No,
that I
no,
could
boobs.
use on the internet.
Boobs. Show me a photo of Turarts on Twitter without cleavage.
There are some. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Not a lot, but some.
I have some editing savvy, so if you guys ever need like a really, really like horribly edited photo because someone took a vertical photo instead of like a horizontal one, I can put people in like Whimsyshire and really random stuff like that from Diablo.
Whimsyshire is my favorite place.
I just wanted a regular photo, but this is a better idea.
Or just like put them somewhere like horribly random.
Somewhere I would never go, like the beach.
Iowa.
Iowa?
That's where I am.
Although I can't wait for another caucus story.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. So some big elections coming up in November, but we got 18 months, well, 18-ish months till caucusing, and bring it.
Oh, do you not caucus during
Only,
the midterms?
yeah, only presidential. Midterms are just you go.
Oh, I thought everything was caucused.
No, not midterms, because that's just we vote for our governors and our Congress dudes or dudettes. But yeah, no, only presidential, and it's 18 months away, and I'm hyped.
Wow, when it comes to participation, caucusing is, I mean, that's a job. You don't just show up to a booth and click a box. You got to have a conversation.
You do, and it's amazing. It is. That's why not a lot of people go.
Well, that's a shame.
It is.
Okay, yes, Frasley, you take more selfies than anyone I've ever known in my life. And I encourage that.
Speaking of selfies, this information isn't out there yet, but I want to ask, did you see that picture I put that I said something about the other day? In the meetup chat channel?
Yes.
See that? Did you like that?
Yes, I like that.
That was what I was planning on as a thing to give to people.
What do you want to print it on? What are you thinking about?
Cardstock, like maybe it's like a postcard type of deal. Could be fun.
Like mail it to Ash?
I guess I could mail some, but
Well, I mean, or if you get it printed, have it shipped to Ash instead of you carrying it to LA. That's going to be heavy, the amount that you're talking about, especially in cardstock.
that's a good point. I hadn't thought of
Listen,
that.
I've done this before. Okay.
I hadn't thought of that.
You're talking about like distributing paper of any kind?
Yeah,
You're
I
talking
am.
about weight and girth. So if you're talking about bringing, I mean, it's like, how many do you think we need? And
That I don't know.
like,
I don't have any idea. We
right.
might need 50. We might need 500. We might need 5,000. I have no clue.
No. 300 maximum. We don't need 5,000.
Of each one? Oh, because I got like a couple of them.
Okay, we are now, I think Silverbolt has the idea. 200 each. Okay, we are now in territory where anyone watching us doesn't know what we're talking about and doesn't care. Also,
the
I
show.
believe we've given our chat room enough time to join in. Please feel free to tweet the stuff. And bring it. Okay, I think I'm. My voice is warmed up. I've had half a glass of wine. I'm not going to pretend to do vodka shots this week. I did that last week. I took a sip.
I recall that. That was funny.
Yeah, but I only did like a little bit. I mean, I'm not actually gonna chug vodka on Twitch, but I'll pretend it. I have a nice Cote du Rhone this evening.
I'm
And then
drinking.
There's me with my like green tea.
I'm drinking
In
a
Poland.
2018 tap water, iced.
I have a Poland Spring sparkling orange water. I will finish this before I go to bed.
Unfiltered. I'm ready to start the show.
Let's start the damn thing.
All right, folks, we're going to go live in 5, 4, 3.
You're listening to the Converted Podcast, the podcast about the Guild Convert to Raid on Airy Peak, US.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 136 of the Converted Podcast, the World of Warcraft podcast all about the Convert to Raid Guild on Airy Peak, US. Today is September 10th, 2018. It is just about 6:22 p.m. Airy Peak local time. Thank you all very much for joining us. Right over there, we have Sal Mises, the Shaman. Sal, what's going on this week?
Well, I'll tell you, in this episode, we have Kestrel from CTR Raid Team Operation. I don't know how to say that word. Boiúna is what I'm going to say. Brand new raid team. Boiúna, fantastic. We're going to hear about a brand new raid team. Never heard on the show. I'm going to start over. In this episode, we have Kestrel from CTR Raid Team Operation Boiúna. Your converted shoutouts, Eshelon with the big time raid report this week, and all the guild haps.
That's right, everybody. All the guild haps indeed. I am Barfolomew the Paladin, and sometimes the Shaman secretly. Don't tell anybody. And with us tonight, for the very first time on the Converted, it's Kestrel. Kestrel, how you doing tonight?
I'm well. How about yourself?
Couldn't be better. You know what? Let's hear from, what's the other person we have on here? Turarts the Hunter. How has Warcraft been treating you these past 2 weeks?
Warcraft has been lovely. I am still just enjoying the content, grinding out reputation because that is going to be important, my dear friends. And just loving the expansion still. It is absolutely amazing that so many weeks in, you don't really hear that much griping. The raid's out, and as far as I can tell, unless I'm following the wrong people on Twitter, people are loving it. So it is just exciting to see a month in, just about. People are still excited, hyped up, and cannot get enough of the content. I still haven't even finished out Stormsong Valley yet. I'm taking that very slow. That's not what it's called. That's what it's called.
The Storm Zone, yeah.
Storm Zone, yeah. Whatever that one is. I am still haven't finished that out yet because I'm just the world quest. I'm still entertained, and it is just absolutely lovely to be enchanted by the game once again. So that's been my weeks in WoW. I am still dibble-dabbling a little bit in the Overwatch, and then by a little bit, I mean one game every week is about my average. So that is going lovely. I still suck, but hey, you got to start somewhere. Outside of that, real quick non-WoW thing. My sister bought a game called Disney Family Feud, thinking that she was going to own, that it was going to be kind of like a Disney trivia. What she neglected to remember was that they top 100 random people. I don't know who. So she knew nothing, and I knew everything, and won. And that was my. It was really odd things. It would be like, which villain would be a bad parent, and you figured they would have like the mother from Tangled on there, but they didn't.
Mother Gotham.
But then later,
we all know who you're talking about.
you figured that she would be on there, but she wasn't. I think Scar was on there though. But it was just, you have to remember they asked a population and it wasn't necessarily you. So it got very interesting. And my son played and he just guessed Batman for everything. So he came a part of my team and I would just guess and he'd say Batman. I'd be like, that's a good guess. Let's go with Captain Hook. But it is tons of fun on a non-RAW related board game if you ever want to. Just remember that they did not ask you. They asked other people. And other people have some very odd answers.
Don't know the name of the character who played Rapunzel's mother.
Mother Gothel, I think.
Yeah.
Wasn't that what you said, Barf? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking Gotham because
we're all
again,
experts on
Batman.
Tangled in this show.
But yeah, it was a very interesting game. But no, other than that, like I said, I'm just so excited that a month in, and maybe I'm following the wrong people, but WoW is just still gaining steam, gaining momentum, and it's so fun to be in love with the game again.
Very good. Excellent. Sal, how about you? What you been up to?
Well, I'll tell you what, a month in, the game better still be playable, Turarts. Oh my gosh, I don't want to be bored yet. Wow, I have so much to, Barf, you've been talking about InfiniQuests. I cannot begin. Well, at least I don't feel like I have to do it all. Remember like Pandas? When Mop came out and you had all these reputations and everyone had a hub where you can just do all these daily quests, and they took the daily quests cap off that they used to have, and suddenly it was like everyone's like eyes are bleeding like doing all these dailies. So it's not like that, but I also have not. I don't know that I finished half of this Storm Song Zone. It just keeps going and going and going, and I'm trying to do world quests at the same time, but I'm getting geared. I am casually gearing. I'm at about 324, 326, something like that right now. But I can't even think about rep. I'm just kind of getting it from where I get it. I became revered with the embers today, just from the table, and that's good enough for me. It'll happen. It'll happen. I have a long way to go. It's hard for me to get into dungeons. I love dungeons, but being a DPS player, unless I can beg a barf to tank or heal from me, I'm at this time I'm doing very few dungeons. But island expeditions, I'm totally doing, getting those done every week. But it seems at this moment right now that there's not a lot of consensus on how to do these island expeditions. To me, there are X's and skulls on the map. So you should go to the X's and the skulls. But everyone else is trying to I don't even know what they're doing. Do you have any consensus? Do you know what you're doing in island expeditions? Barf?
Yeah, kind of.
I don't.
A little bit.
I follow the other players and hope they know.
Well, that's just it. If everyone followed the other players and no one's getting anywhere.
I tank, so everyone just follows me, and I'm like, okay, so let's do this.
Perfect.
That is the answer to everything.
Follow the one with the shield. Easy.
Exactly.
Yeah. I was in one last night. I said, okay, guys, you want to come up with a plan? We'll follow the X's. And the guy said, just follow me. And cool. You know what you're doing. I mean, it's not that I don't know what I'm doing, but if I go towards one thing and people don't follow, anyway, I'm hoping to not pug those pretty soon and just go with the team. But I do have one announcement I would like to make. We are looking for raid leaders to come on the Converted. Hit us up. Go to convertedpodcast.com for how to, contact us. Of course, if you know us, you see us in game on Discord, all that's good too. But all raid team liaisons do know how to get a hold of us. So what you want to do is take that toy that you got in Dressfar. It's a pin, and poke your raid leader. You poke them and say, you need to go on the Converted podcast because we want our team on there. And then sometimes, unfortunately, you might find out that your raid leader is actually a witch, which just happened to me once. But generally, you just poke them and they go, ow, and that's it. Let us know. Barf. I would be honored if you would let us know how you've been.
I've been great. Like you were saying, the island expeditions, at first I was like, okay, they're a way to get Azurite, whatever, man. They have Azurite in the world quests. I'll just go do the world quests. What I really like about them is that they are a way, they remind me a lot of the Miss Pandaria scenarios where it was like a queue into it, get into it inside of a minute and a half and you're in the thing doing it. I mean, the shaman that I'm leveling is also a DPS, Sal, like you were saying, so I am understanding the DPS queues to get into the heroics, which I have been doing. It's been pretty fun. Shampoo, my Pandaren shaman, is geared to something like you were saying, like in the 320s somewhere. Barfolomew's a little higher, in the 330s, like the low 330s. Definitely ready for tomorrow's raid. That's going to be a great time. But those island expeditions, I've been squeezing them in every once in a while when I know I've got 15 minutes. Like, when you were very diligently typing up the show notes and making sure that our guest knew what she was going to do and like keeping everything tracked so that we have a professional sounding podcast, I was squeezing in an island expedition because I was like, I have 15 minutes. I can get one in real quick.
Because of course you were.
Yeah,
okay.
You turn into a wolf and you run faster. You hit things with your fist weapons and it's like 10, 15 minutes. You get yourself some Azurite power and you're good to go. It's been fun. I'm also on the rep grind, getting a little there, getting close. Barf has revered on a couple of them. Shampoo's not quite there yet, and she's the one that I actually need the reps on because she's the enchanter and the alchemist. My prediction is that she's going to be where the money is going forward into the raid tier. But that'll come soon. That'll come soon, I think. The one thing that I've been doing that's been really exciting is I have a transmog that I'm working on the shaman. And when you combine that with, I found a book in a treasure chest that was covered in runes, that when I click the book, I get all dark blue and smoky and little flecks of stuff come off of me, like I'm one of those accursed witches that we've been talking about. You know, the Drustvar aesthetic where everything's a little bit dark blue smoky. I look like that all the time, 100% of the time. There's not a cooldown on that toy. I always look mildly smoky, and it's the best thing ever. Wandered into...
Do you smell like burnt rope?
Possibly. I don't really have a sense of smell in video games. I really couldn't tell you. The one thing that I touched on but didn't really dive into was Warfronts. Has anyone really dove into the Warfronts?
Oh, I did. I totally did. And I totally don't understand them at all, is the thing. So I went and I did all the things. I went and I did a few quests. One quest had gear, so I did it. I'm like, I got gear. And the other quests, there's like 7 or 8, I don't know how many quests, had like materials to do your table at. I'm like, I got plenty of that. I don't need to do these other quests. So I'm not. So I kind of came back and I was talking to the guild. I was like, I don't even see the point of doing this. Why am I doing it? And they're like, oh, and they start like linking like all the gear that everyone's gotten from this. And I'm like, oh, I'm just going to go back and do that. So I finished the quests and I'm like, well, I didn't get any gear. I didn't get any gear at all. I just got a whole bunch more resources for my table. I get back in a guild and I'm like, well, I don't know how you're getting gear. I got one piece of gear, whatever. And like, no, the rares. Like, I'm killing rares and I'm getting like 30 Azurite. No, you got to do them all. So on the team builder, I signed up for a team. I was so lucky. This was Tank guy. we just brought people in. There was a tank and healer and 3 DPS, and we started from the west of the zone, zigzagged through it, and hit every single rare and killed them all. I got one gear drop, and it was the same waste that I got from the cache from doing the first quest. And then I got like a pet and no more gear.
I did it, and everyone was talking about gear. I did get a mount, but I did not get any gear.
You got a mount?
There's a mount. I don't know if it's rare. I have no idea. It's the horse mount that drops by the farm. But they're killing the rare, and I'm like, I'll go tag this thing, because I was tagging. I was the meanie that was tagging and then pulling the ads to the group to be like, hey, can you kill these guys too? Because I need this. But yeah, there's a mount that drops from the Charger. I think his name is Charge or something, over by the farm. So that I'm gonna say is pretty cool.
Yeah, what Draven in the chat room is saying, there's 3 mounts. I know there's one like Raptor mount. I'm like, I saw it. I'm like, oh, we're playing for a mount. I got a pet. I think I got a toy that I'll never use, you know. But like everyone in guild chat's like linking all their Azurite gear that they're getting, or the 3 whatever gear. So this whole like switching back and forth. So the Horde has it this week, and something's happened. I don't totally understand. I'm just going with the flow, and I'm completing it. And then I'm asking in guild chat, and they're like, no, you do it this way. And I'm like, I'll just go back and do it. So I went back 3 times, and I'm confident that I completed what was meant to happen. And now it's changed so that Horde does something. I don't know.
I think they're doing this week what we were doing last week. I think.
Right. I think so too. But you know, we're a WoW podcast. We should, you know. But we don't actually.
We're not a news podcast.
Here's the deal.
We're
not
a community spotlight podcast.
We
and I have an idea.
The community.
I have an idea for a community spotlight. I suggest we change gears slightly. And what do you say we talk to Kestrel? Very happy to talk about the newest raid team / initiative / gang / group. Here with us with all the new wonderful news. Kestrel, this is the first time you've been on any podcasts?
No.
What else have you
Not
been
yet.
on?
This is the one. This is pretty much it. I've done a little bit of dabbling in the whole acting thing when I was back in school back in the day. I've messed around with like photography, hence why my lighting isn't completely horrible.
We appreciate that. I noticed. Yes.
Yeah, I've just kind of dabbled a lot. I'm only 25, so probably I'll be on more podcasts one day. I've considered making my own. My partner used to be on a podcast, so he helped me a little bit. Yeah, other than that, no, this is my first foray into such endeavors.
Well, on the Converted, we love to get to know our guildies a little bit. So is there anything you'd like to tell us about yourself IRL?
Oh gosh. Well, as anyone who has a video feed on this can see, I have little Deathwing Funko Pop on my desk because I mean, why not? I am relatively outdoorsy when it's not forest fire season, which it is. I live on an island, so I kind of take advantage of the fact that I am able to just randomly walk down to the ocean and do like outrigger paddling and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm relatively happy that I live somewhere that's not horrible and cold all the time, I guess. Other than that, yeah, I clearly have a pretty bad collection issue. The Funko Pops are not the only nerdy thing that I like collecting. Other than that, I try to volunteer when I have the time and health for various things. I've volunteered for the Canadian National Institute of Blind a few times. I've just like
Wait a minute.
randomly
Wait,
done
stop.
random stuff.
You're Canadian?
Yeah.
Oh, we can't do this. Show's over, guys.
Oh
Time
shoot.
out. I'm sorry.
I'm
Keep
from good
going.
old Kanakistan. Yeah. Surprisingly, Canada has palm trees. I hate to blow everyone's minds. And
She lives on a not very
yeah.
cold island in Canada with palm trees. Are you making stuff up?
Vancouver Island. We don't have igloos here. I'm so sorry. That's the other part of Canada.
Sorry. There we go. You say you live on an island. Yes, Vancouver Island is an island, but Vancouver Island is as big as a lot of American states is.
That's true.
I understand that provinces
But Canada is
in
really
Canada.
sprawling, and we like having a lot of land for some reason. I'm not sure why. I think it's because half of Canada is cold. But I'll have to ask our prime minister that question because I don't know, or Google.
Listen,
I could ask Google too.
if you have I'm just going to talk to you right now. If you have a direct line to Trudeau, me and you need to talk.
Sadly, I don't. Sometimes he visits the island, but that's about the extent of it.
We all understand how hot the Canadian Prime Minister is, yeah? Right?
I'm pretty sure most Canadians have figured out that our prime minister is a bit of eye candy.
Sorry.
That's probably why we elected him. We were like, ooh, he's pretty. We like pretty things.
Navox says, I suddenly don't understand anything she's saying. Can someone translate this Canadian?
Yeah, there's a lot of like, Canada type memeage happening in the chat. One more reason to hang out for the live
Something
show.
like, ooh, Naboo.
So I hear from Sal that you're quite the altaholic, but I have
Yeah.
on the overlay right here, your name is red, which makes you a Death Knight. So what's the deal with that?
Yeah.
I thought you were a Death Knight.
I have 2 nearly max level Death Knights. One of them is max level. One of them is just hitting 115-ish very shortly. Give me a couple quests and I'm there. I am leveling like 2 demon hunters because I played both sides, so it kind of gets complicated leveling a bunch of the same class, but it is what it is. I have a max level Horde priest, and I'm working on my Alliance priest. Or actually, it's not max level; it's like Legion max level. I'm getting like frazzled with all this leveling stuff. Yeah, I have too many 110s. It's kind of just getting absurd at this point, but they're all gonna be max level. It's gonna happen when I'm done rep farming, because I really, really want both of the rep farm races right now, like really badly.
Why?
They're shiny. I like them. I'm kind of a transmogaholic, so that's all I really need. I'm like, ooh, I like them. They're pretty.
That's all you need. I'm making sure that I'm not missing something. I'm like, wait a minute, but why? Is there loot? Oh, okay. I'll fade back into the background.
Well,
Nah, they're just pretty.
one of the big reasons we are so excited to have you on is because you're kind of helping run, or you are running a different kind of raid team, and we just want you, tell us some more about this project that you're starting and working on.
So Operation Boiúna started off in Convert to Raids raid chat. I basically was like, hey guys, what if I did something that was like Operation Flex Raid or something like that? And then I don't know, it kind of just came to me to name it after the Cobra Grande, which is basically like a funky Amazon rainforest god thing. Because I was like, flex sounds boring. Let's make it more interesting. So I kind of just made it into a minor kind of joke name that's kind of like Operation Cobra, just for my own entertainment. But basically the premise was I have really weird work hours, so I wanted something for people like me. I don't really have a fixed schedule. I don't work like a 9 to 5 every weekday. I work like here and there, and I've worked until like 3 in the morning for one store before, because I basically just get sent all over Vancouver Island to do various random sort of odd jobs, because I work for a marketing firm. So they're like, hey, go do this. And I'm like, okay. So yeah, basically for people like me, people like nurses, doctors, people who work weird kind of shift work, I wanted to kind of get something that was, I guess, hardcore commitment sort of raid team off the ground, so that people didn't have to just like sacrifice gaming for their job, right? Because WoW is a lot of people's sort of happy place and me time and all of that jazz. So it kind of sucks being like, oh, so my new job is taking this away from me. So I kind of aim to sort of fix that for at least some people, I guess.
I've known people. Dead Greed is someone who comes right to mind. He tried for a long time to get a raid team, but he was like 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. You know, the shift work. You know, and that's like a totally normal thing. My dad had shift work for, you know, until he retired, you know, 3 or 4 years ago. It's like you said, like nurses. These people can't say, you know, every Thursday at, you know, 7 o'clock I'm going to be there. They can say every other Thursday, or they can say, you know, like 2 Thursdays I can and 2 Thursdays There's so many people like this. I do a podcast with one of them. Kevin from the Dark Moon Herald is a cop. You know, that's really hard to schedule around. And now try to schedule a raid team with 20 people on it. Oof. I was really happy to hear that you're doing this specific thing to target these kinds of people, which is such a huge number of people. And it just came from your own circumstances.
Pretty much, yeah. Also, like, I'm gonna be like super open about this. I live with fibromyalgia, and having an illness also makes raid teams kind of hate you, because it's like, well, I feel awful and I really don't feel like raiding right now. So like for people like me, I feel like, I guess we need a special home on the whole WoW-verse, in the WoW-verse, whatever. So yeah, basically a raid team that is accommodating for people who work crazy job hours, people with disabilities, people who just kind of don't really have a raid home, people who want to float around. Like, they can show up if people make raid teams out of it because they realize their schedules work together. That's great for them. I just like, I dislike the whole team fit thing. I dislike a lot of ways that raids are kind of organized. So I decided that everything I didn't really appreciate in the way that sometimes raids are organized, I aim to fix that. And like, sometimes people want to do PvP with their raid team, but it never happens, or they want to move on to Mythic, but they can't find a Mythic team or whatever. So I've kind of like, I've got like a somewhat tiered system in place. So there's like a little place where people can do normal organization, a place where people can do heroic organization, a place for mythic organization, and I'm just like make whatever people might want to make a group for, and just have a little lobby for that, so people can actually do that, so that they don't feel like they're just screaming into space if they're in guild chat and being like, "Hey guys, do you want to like do anything?" And people are like, "No, not really." Then you can like see that they're online and see that they're like not set to busy, and be like, "Oh, so these people who are awesome are online. I think they probably want to do something. Do you guys want to do something, please?" And then people can kind of like organize around that, I guess.
Well, I mean, I feel like now in the game's lifetime is the time for a group like this, right? Because, I mean, it used to be that if you couldn't make raid, you were disappointing and letting down 9 other or 24 other people. And now they needed to figure something out to get the raid off the ground. With this sort of like the flex raid kind of environment that we live in now, being able to come and go from a group like this, like it's helped me a lot in my teams. That flexibility and that ability to be inclusive, or hey, I can't make it. Hey, that's totally cool. Come next time, no big deal. Like, now's the time for that, and you're taking advantage of that ability to do that, and I think that's really, really rad. How can, if the folks are interested, and I get the feeling that the folks are interested, how do they get into the group? Do they approach you through Discord, through game? How does that all work?
I have posted a ton of like links just straight to the Discord, because I want it to be as accessible to everybody as humanly possible. If anyone goes on the CTR like rating discussion or anything remotely related to making a team, even the PvP discussion area, there is probably a link. If they want to contact me in game, if they say in guild chat, "Hey, is Sharon online?" If I'm online on an alt and I'm actually on Alliance at the moment, I will be like, "Hey, yeah, what's up?" But probably the Discord's the easier route, because then they can just join it and be like, "Hi guys, I'm here forever, congrats."
You know, I guess most people, when they join a Discord channel, they stay there forever. I'm totally not that person. I don't collect Discord channels, but I think I'm in the. I think I'm in the in the minority there. I keep like a tight 4 channels. It's like my raid team, CTR, my other podcast, and Barf's Discord, and that's it.
Feel special.
You know, like every time Eshelon wants to, yeah, everyone is like, "You never Discord." In fact, a raid leader, Kara, got on to me. She was, I don't know why you talk to us more in Discord. I mean, I don't know. I don't Discord that much. I'm sorry, guys, friends. I still love everybody. I'm just old or something, and tweet at me. So there was something that I was going to say there, and I forgot, so it doesn't matter.
So how?
I'm totally editing that out. Can you put a marker there, please? Barf, thank you.
So how have the people liked it? Like, have you had response? Have you had feedback from this project? What are the folks saying about it?
A lot of people have basically been like, "Yeah, I mean, I have weird job hours, and that makes more sense for me." So, like, that's been nice that people have kind of responded like that. There's not a ton of feedback, because I mean, the original premise is people have lives and they're not online as much as they might like, so people are kind of trickling in and starting to say things more than just making walls of text on how they feel about it. And we haven't really, I feel like, done enough necessarily to, I guess, get much of a rating, but I've been trying to just kind of build so that we have enough people that people might be like, hey guys, in 1 week on Monday, the whatever, do you guys want to do blah blah blah? And then a bunch of people can be like, yeah, I'd love to do that. Or I have this this thing called Doodle, which people use to like organize various in real life sort of things where you can just say what days you're available. I have that. So I feel like once people kind of get into the swing of things, I might have more feedback from people, but I haven't gotten like an immense amount of people just flipping out about what I'm doing or anything. But I'm hoping that will be the case eventually when people are like, oh wow, I can be on a raid team again. That's awesome.
That is awesome. I mean, there are so many different ways of playing WoW, and there's a lot of people where LFR is their only outlet for raiding. But you know, you're giving them one more. You're giving them something else. It's a group, a place to, you know, like post their lunch photos if they want to.
If they want to, they can do that. I don't really care if they want to be like, hey, I had a bento box. That was great.
Listen,
Sure,
I love
do
the
it,
bento
whatever.
boxes. Yeah, I'm totally into it.
I have a text channel for random non-WoW stuff, so if people want to just like randomly post weird stuff, they can go for it. As long as it's not profane. I'm gonna go with that.
Draw that line. Draw that line. How do you
Hard
pronounce?
line drawn.
Now you have to define profane, but we this is not the place to do that though. But how do you pronounce your group?
Operation Boiúna.
Boiúna.
Yes.
Boiúna. And
The weird little ticky thing on the eye makes it make a different noise, basically.
well,
So it's Boiúna.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put that in the show title, so anyone can see it on YouTube or on Twitch or on the where most people listen to this is via podcast on Google Play or iTunes. It'll be in the title. You can find it.
You can like just make the pronunciation easier on people, so it's like boy, and then if they've played Final Fantasy, it's like Yuna from the Final Fantasy a lot of people like to hate on.
You are so full of nerd references. I want to point out something, that you and Silverbolt have something very important in common. Silverbolt, have you figured this out?
We'll find out in 16 seconds when chat catches
Stop!
up.
Not Silverbolt. Why did I say Silverbolt?
I don't know.
I found out that you and Turarts have something very important in common.
Oh, I
I
think I know
noticed
what
the
it is.
Slytherin banner. Like that was
I've
That
heard
was
other
the first thing.
podcasters mentioning their Hogwarts house, so I'm just like, enjoy my massive banner, folks. Unless you're not part of the same house, then I guess you won't enjoy it. But you know, it's my thing.
I also noticed her mug has a snake slithering around it. At least that's what I think it is from the brief glimpse I got of it.
It might be
But
a little bit nerdier than a snake. It's like a
Oh.
freaky tentacle thing, so it's like it's like some sort of
Like an
freaky
octopus?
Cthulhu
It's like
thing
a
or an octopus
Kraken
or
mug.
whatever eldritch horror you want to make it out to be. I figured I'm gonna use my nerd cup today because if people are watching, then yeah, nerd cup.
Yeah, you got some old gods going on in that
Yeah.
cup. Not sure what you're drinking from your old god's cup.
It's
but
matcha for the old god.
for the old gods.
Typical Slytherin.
You mean the best ever?
No. I'm going to hand it over to Turarts for a very important question.
I did not realize where we were yet, but yes, So, a very important thing, and we've kind of given you a little bit of a heads up, so I hope you're ready, because Sal ruined this for me and told me she gives everybody a heads up. So it completely destroyed
do.
and shattered everything
Also,
that I thought.
anyone who's ever listened to this show ever knows what you're gonna ask at the end.
But they might not.
You're-
They might go to the bathroom for this part. Like, this is the
You're
one
right.
part. But anyway, you are to name everyone who has so far joined your crew.
Okay, well, I have 15 people online in my Discord right now, which is a lot. So I have no idea if these correspond really well with the actual, like, BattleNet stuff. But I have, I hope I'm pronouncing these right, Dafied, Dice Mistress, Elena Tarian, Firestar, Frasley, myself, Kichwa, Slokren, M_the Confessor, Mars, Risen, Severity, Shangzul, Sylvie, Zarky, and as far as the offline people, 14 of them, I have Astig, Athlete72, Bemunk, Battle Lord Renora, Eldorado, Ghost_Council, Hofixman, Jamal, Kafka, Mike Willow, OG, SKH, Sloth, CB, and Vaniel.
I think
I'm
there were a few
hoping it'll be
names.
more than that.
I don't think that kid Frasley is real because nobody can show up literally everywhere at once. It's not a human trait.
Maybe Frasley's not a human. Maybe Frasley's like an old god and can be everywhere.
I think he would probably identify as a Dobe.
Or that.
Sal's
Yeah.
got the I'm afraid for my life face.
It all makes sense now. Old gods can take forms like dragons do.
Exactly.
Can they?
So they're
Presley's not
everywhere.
a gnome.
Usually
Presley's
they're-
an old god.
Usually they're big squid eyeballs with teeth on them. That's the form
They
they
could
take.
also be fish, apparently.
If they can be fish, they can be
Well,
anything.
That
If
was
they can be fish, they can be a gnome. Frasley, we are on to you.
This conspiracy theory is real, okay?
Dude. Before Barf hangs up on you, do you have any shout outs?
Shout out to I believe his old Twitter handle was Demonic Rick for being awesome and lending me his beautiful headphones and lending me his podcaster knowledge and wizardry and warlockry or what have you.
I know Demonic Rick, and I've partied with him IRL.
I believe he's actually told me about that. He was like, "Oh yeah, Sal, I met her," and I was like, "Okay, cool. So
he
you know
showed-
she's
he went to
cool." He's like,
BlizzCon.
"Yeah."
Yeah, he went to
Yeah, he
BlizzCon a
did.
few years ago. CTR party. Yeah,
Back in the
absolutely.
day,
Yeah, we were
got
trying
up to
to
shenaniganery.
we were trying to like get him a better seat, and in the I'm not gonna tell this story. Okay, I'll tell the story. It was a lot easier. I was like, oh hey, listen, my friend is looking for a seat, and he's got his like cane with him, and of course, and they like got up and like went in the back, and so we had like front 10-row seats.
Is that all you need to
BlizzCon.
do to get front row seats to places?
Exactly. That's what you have to do. You have to be like, "This guy has a white cane," and everyone's like,
I have a cane.
And then
It's not
they,
like I
like,
can't get
cater
front row
to you, and
seats.
you're like, "Wait."
No, he's got like a white cane in front of him.
With like a diamond on top, like
Yes.
like Trade Prince Gallywix?
Yes.
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 That's the kind you want.
Exactly. Completely exactly like Prince Gallywix. In fact, he might be him, just less green. I'm on to him. He's an old god, too.
demonic Rick. It just makes sense. Okay. Barf, we gotta wrap this up. This is getting silly.
It is getting a little bit silly. However, we were super happy to have you on tonight. Really, thank you so
Happy
much
to
for
be here.
taking the time to come in and talk about Operation Boiúna. If I put an accent on it, does it sound cooler?
It sounds special and fancy. Woo.
That's what I'm talking about. Keep us
You're
in the loop as things
so nice
continue.
for saying that.
Attention to everybody. Check out the CTR Discord raid recruitment channel. Keep your eye out for Kestrel. Find the group. Join it if you're struggling to get your time in on the raids and you're trying to do some stuff. Thank you so much for coming out and hanging out with us today.
Peace.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye now.
Oh,
Couldn't see the button.
while we transition from Ash coming on, I will get you guys caught up real quick on the guild events.
It's time for tea!
What we have happening is this weekend, so that's the 14th and the 15th of September, our first of the expansion raid recruitment event. So real quick, for those who have not attended, we meet in Discord. Every raid team is given the option to participate. Some don't because they're full, because they're doing other things on a Friday or Saturday night. But every team's given the option to participate. Teams that are will have their own room down in Discord, in our CTR Guild Discord, and you'll be able to pop in and chat with their raid leaders. So it's a great way to kind of get that personal touch. The guild calendar is awesome at getting the teams out there. I mean, I just went on it and it says that we have, and I don't know if this is up to date, but it says we have 51 raid teams, of which 16 are currently recruiting. I don't know if that's new or not, but I just noticed that today that it has that sentence on there. So this just allows that little personal touch for you to kind of feel if that team's going to be a good fit for you. In the past, we have had all kinds of teams from normal to heroic to mythic, even teams like COD Squad that kind of dibble dabble on a little bit of everything. Come on. So there should be something for everyone. We start at, like I said, 6 p.m. server time, go about an hour and a half if things are really hopping. And that will be Friday and Saturday night. Other than that, now that things are winding down, I know we have a bunch of guild events in the work, myself included on some. So make sure you're checking out that guild.converttoraid.com website for all your event haps. And besides that, that CTR anniversary is coming up in January. It is not that far away. It is 4 months. That's it. 4 months and like 10 days. But no, that'll be here before you know it. BlizzCon, I'm sure we'll have some fun announcements. There's some sneaky stuff kind of mentioned in the pre-show. So maybe, I don't know, in 2 weeks if we'll have some stuff to talk about, or 4 weeks, but there will be some stuff to kind of chat about, I'm sure, with BlizzCon haps. Other than that, I think that's all I have for guild events. Ash, I'm sure you have a ton of stuff to talk about with raid recruitment, as in the raid dropped last week. So teams have been active, hopefully.
A few, yeah, sure. A few have been active. We've got, I don't know, 110 or so, boss kills that we could run through. Only done a week of raiding so far, so I'm sure, the next couple of weeks we'll see more than that. But yeah, I hope the recruitment event goes well, and I hope Kestrel or someone from her group can make it. That would be awesome, because I know there are a ton of people with weird schedules, and I'll get my shout out in early here. Applaud anybody who wants to try and organize the disorganized, and that's kind of what that is. It's a haphazard schedule. So letting people self-organize like that, and giving them a place to do it. You got to get them all together, get them in a place. I think it's a great thing to do. But yeah, let's do a raid report here. We got to make up for the last couple months without any kills. So Looks like Room with a Moose is on the board with a Talic kill. Banana Republic kills Talic, Mother, and Fetid Devourer, along with Gluttons for Punishment. Okay, how do you want me to say it? How would you? I mean, they didn't kill your mother.
Glutens for punishment.
Gluttons for punishment.
They killed Mother.
They did kill Mother. They killed Mother.
Mother.
I mean,
Mother!
the
Terrible.
name, the name of the
I
boss
feel
is
like
Mother.
the name of the boss is Mother. I feel like Blizzard is like trolling me personally, making me say this out
Hey,
loud.
we got down. We killed Mythic Mother.
So, Gluttons for Punishment, Raid 6, Troublemakers, Hump Day Heroes, and Hell to Pay all killed Talic, Mother, and the Fetid Devourer. Gruul's Gone Wild, Epic Eggplants are on the scoreboard with a Zek Vaz kill. Salad Senate knocked out Vectus, along with 9 to Midnight, From the Ashes, Resolve, Hydro Volunteer Fire Department, Threat Level Midnight, all also took down Vectus. And we've got a few teams with a Zol kill. Zol the Reborn, Project Failsauce, Bacon and Kegs, Standard Dragon Protocol, and Casually Elite 2.0. That's right, 2.0. They all took out Zul. Dark One's Own Luck and Face Pull managed to kill Anthrax, or yeah, we call him Anthrax. And Keep Going, It's Fine. A brand new team just showed up out of the ether. I'm sure, probably some players we're familiar with. But yeah, Keep Going, It's Fine. Cool name. They are on the board with the Gahoon normal kill. Rectified also, Gahoon normal down. And that's it. Knocking them out.
What are you talking about? That's it.
Much better
Yeah,
than
that's
last
all of
week's.
them.
Okay, let's compare.
That's 110 kills right there. That's what that is.
That's what that.
And and additionally, it's several slam dunks. So I'm sure you get more points for the slam dunks because you have to do like at least 5 or 6 slam dunks on the Gahoon kill. So that's cool.
Man, I'll tell you what. I'm pretty sure chickens are going to be on that list next show. Next show is going to be some chicken representation. We went a little easy this week. We dipped our little big toe in there. We made sure that, like, just testing the waters. As it turns out, the waters are just blood. Like, it's a room full of just blood. So we found that out. That was exciting. Expect to list off like 6 or 12 or 17 bosses for chickens next week. I feel like that's the bar that we're going to set for ourselves, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
The chickens will be dominating the next list.
The dominant chicken coalition is, it's going to be good.
We should change the name.
Do it.
Yeah.
Keep those rosters clean. A lot of the team comp has I'd say for most teams, the team comps have changed. People have switched mains. You get the same player, different character, that sort of thing. Make sure you go in there on the guild.converttораid.com website, manage your team, clean the roster up, make sure that the active players are the players on your roster, so you don't have too many inactive folks taking up roster space. Want to make sure that you get counted, for the weekly or the biweekly, roll call. That's it. Looking good.
That
A lot of fun.
is awesome. We have so many teams that have just hit the ground running this first week.
Yeah, I mean, as far as number of teams, 23 have hit the ground running.
Nice.
Yeah, I expect to see more on the list very soon.
Well, I think it's time for chat room shout outs. So, chat room, if you want to throw them at me, I'll read them as soon as Ash is done getting those Twitter ones.
Twitter shout outs. We've got. Where's my browser window? Twitter shout outs. We've got Kara shouts out to all the folks who came back for BFA. We've missed you. That's certainly true. Lots of folks are back. Good to see everybody. Richard Hollow wants to shout out Kestrel has made my time in WoW amazing. She keeps helping the game more accessible for me.
That's demonic Rick in the chat room.
Sweet. Demonic Rick. Brandon B at Frenzy Heart on Twitter says to all of the rubber chickens, you chickens rock. And Battlelord Graves CTR on Twitter. Shout out to the Troublemakers for hitting a new raid running. Actually running as this podcast is happening.
Kill the bosses!
That's right. Those guys are in there killing bosses right now.
What you got
So
for us,
what do you
T?
got for chat room shout outs, T?
Yes, I was just copying some. We have Winchester CTR. Shout out this week goes out to a new member to the guild who has been a great friend to me over the last few weeks, Kel. Kyafin, I second the shout out to Kel. She's an awesome person, friendly, generous, and very fun to hang out with. Kyafin would also like to shout out the person who is helping her get a new computer so she can continue to hang out to all of us wonderful people and keep doing her job in game. Bless you and your generosity. And the final one I have is from Frog Sprout, who says, shout out to the chickens, gluttons, and eggplants for making raid tons of fun for me this week. And I believe that is all of our chat room shout outs.
Side note, how is Frog Sprout on 3 teams?
He's everywhere. He's almost
He's
as
like
popular as
Frasley.
Frasley.
Him and Fraz, yeah. Maybe they're not real
Is
boys.
Frog Sprout an old god too?
Maybe they're
Heard it here first.
old gods. Maybe they're squid people.
Maybe they're the same person. Have you ever seen them in the same room? I don't think so.
Are you saying that we should be kinder to old gods because they were here first?
Our
I, for
technology
one-
might confuse them.
I, for one, welcome our old new overlords. And will,
new gods.
pay tribute to them in blood when they have arisen.
Nah,
As
I play Alliance side. I don't know about all them blood things.
a
Well-
Slytherin, I'm kind of excited to see how the old gods can help me achieve my goal of total world domination. So I welcome them.
Barf. Let's see how this plays out. If the old gods come up, then I've said the right thing, right? On air. It's here.
Typical Hufflepuff. Did I guess right? You're a Ravenclaw.
You think I'd get into that school?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta pass some. You gotta get better than C's.
I've seen you
To
throw
get into
lightning
that
and
school.
fire at things. I've seen it.
I could do some damage.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to study.
If they think that they're like looking for the high marks, the best grades students to bring, they're regularly letting children fight demons at that school. Like they don't have any kind of measure of I can't think of
Academia.
the word I'm thinking of, and now I seem foolish on the podcast. Do you guys have any shout outs before we go? Standards. They don't have they lack standards at that school.
Oh, any place that lacks standards, I'll be there. That's a Sal kind of place. No standards, right here. Like my dating life. I want to shout out to Xantorus in the chat room. You have the best name.
Congratulations, Xantorus.
I will shout out to the guild members who are already donating for the C tier anniversary. I know I start bugging you guys 6 months out and everyone slightly rolls their eyes, and that's fine. But it's a lot of stuff, and you guys make it awesome every year with your crazy mount collecting and pets and things like that. So thank you so much for that. And just to the CTR community, having these new raid teams on and seeing all the teams that have just come together and started raiding and stuff, it really, every expansion just reminds me how lucky I am to be a part of something like this. So those are my shout outs.
How about you, Ash? What do you got for us today?
Oh, just what I said earlier. I applaud anybody that's willing to take on the task of organizing the unorganized. So I really hope that she can make that work, and that long term, it's only going to be great for the guild. So keep those good players in the guild, even if they have the haphazard schedules. It's definitely a good thing and a brave undertaking.
Especially if they have the haphazard schedules. Those are the people who are running the country or running, the world. Those are the nurses, the teachers, the emergency workers. Those
Firefighters, yeah.
Firefighters, the factory workers. These are people with schedules that are not 9 to 5.
Do factory workers not work 9 to 5?
Depends on the factory. My father worked in different factories for 40 some years, and it was 12-hour shifts. It would switch every other week, or
Wow.
2 weeks this, 2 weeks that. Yeah. Nights, days off.
Overnights.
He'll have 2 days off this week, 3 days off the next week. Yeah.
That's wild. Whenever I think of 9 to 5, I actually and unions and everything, the first place I go is factories. But okay. My shout out is going to have to go to Kevin Oldscratch and Salmices the Shaman, who were kind enough to bring me onto their podcast this week, The Dark Moon Herald, to talk about, World of Warcraft and such. That was a really fun time. I had a really great,
that
excellent...
was fun. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say I had a lovely time, and thank you for inviting me.
It wasn't like we let you come on. It was like, oh my God, please, Barf, please, bring your crew and your fans. You elevate any room that you're in. So thank you for coming on. And also, I'm the one that put in the show notes to make sure to pimp your amazing Twitch channel that I love to watch. We got to watch Yarn Yoshi yesterday.
Yoshi's Woolly World is easily the cutest game that's been written by people.
Easily.
And we could spend the next 45 minutes talking about that, but we're a Warcraft show, so I think we're about to wrap it up. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for hanging out with us tonight. I'd like to thank Navox and Geek Chic Lisa for our theme music. You can find us all on Twitter. The show is at @converted_CTR. Turarts is at Turarts. Sal is at @summer_Sal. Esh is at Eshelon, and I am at a bonus level. Sal, when's the next episode?
The next show is September 24th. We will have members of Asparagus Initiative on. That's right, one of the very first CTR teams from back in the day. Now that team looks a lot different these days, but we're going to have them on. They're going to talk about their team, and as a bonus, they will also talk about their podcast, Merely a Setback. That should be fun.
Yes. Get it? Because it's asparagus. Get it?
I got it.
Bye, everybody. For Turarts.
Bye.
For Eshelon.
Bye-bye.
For Sal.
For the Alliance.
And for myself. Enchants are mandatory.
You can follow the show on Twitter at converted_CTR. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Converted Podcast. And find us on our Twitch channel, Converted Podcast. And join us live every other Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern.
This podcast is a part of the Signals Media All-Star Network. For more information on this and other fine shows, go to signalsmedia.com. It's okay to stick our stuff in your ears. Really.
Fun show! show.
It was good.
We got to meet a new friend. Kestrel's awesome.
Tripped over my
When
tongue a
was the
couple
last
of
time
times this show. I got to get better at talking words
You did
to
what?
people.
You what?
I tripped over my own tongue a couple of times tonight. I got to get better at speaking words at people.
You speak words at people a lot?
Yeah, all the time, actually. And I'm really comfortable doing
time.
it. I
Right.
just, this setting makes me not do it comfortably for some reason. I don't know
I
why.
would say
I
based
think I'm
on-
like overthinking it. I gotta relax.
Probably. I would say that based on what I do every other week editing, you are definitely the most comfortable of all of us.
Okay, I'm great at faking it then.
Great. Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah. And you say less than the rest of us do. Take that.
Really? Because I say it all the time.
You do say it all the time. I try to edit out the ums when I can. If the is distinct and not connected to another word, I can edit it out. If you go, hey, I was thinking, and then I don't cut that out. But if you go, hi, hello, if it's staccato, if it's separated, hi. I know what it looks
hello,
like.
and yes, and yes, and
You know what it looks like?
Yeah, you can see.
You know its shape? You know its
Yeah,
shape in
everyone's is a different shape too. Eshelon, I don't even have to listen to what you're saying. I can point out the ums and just cut them out. Your looks different
me
than
sound great.
Turarts' Everyone it's unless you're a professional, like everyone does it. What I do, and I even know where this comes from. This comes from years of people in meetings, especially in education settings, speaking over me. And if I ever gave a little bit, people would jump in and start talking. So I do this thing where I'm like, yeah, so and yeah, and I don't stop. It's just this inherent thing.
you don't
that
give
I don't
the
want
second
anyone
of
to jump
silence
in.
to let. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I know where it comes from. It comes from me being in Korea working in universities. A second of silence means someone else is talking. And I want to get over that because I can't cut those out. I can very easily cut your ums out, Eshelon. And then every time there's silence and it's uncomfortable, Turarts will go, real cool or something like real good or something
Picture the
like that.
waveform in your head.
Picture it in my head.
Yeah, you were trying to think of the thing she says, so I'm saying, hey, picture it visually. What does it look like she says?
But it's like, it kind of looks like an It's like, I don't know. Sal gives good umlocks.
Is an umlaut like an umlaut, but like a different kind of?
He made a Star Trek reference, and it was nasty. Xavier bad.
I'm more or less familiar with TOS, and I think I've seen all of Next Gen and Discovery.
This is a Deep Space Nine.
DS9.
situation.
I've seen 0% of DS9. I've seen a few seasons of Voyager, a little bit of Enterprise, all of Discovery, all of Next Generation, most of TOS, none of DS9.
Xavier, what's the real word for it? Basically, Ferengis.
This thing?
Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I remember that from Next Gen.
Okay, but DS9, they definitely talk about it. They like hire women to do it and stuff. Like it is. Oh, she gives the best, and it is.
At Gene Roddenberry.
Was he still around for
She gives
DS9?
great
I
helmet.
guarantee you, he had a heavy hand in producing. Maybe he wasn't there for, later on, but he had to have had heavy influence. Gene Roddenberry does all, he's all about those episodes where they're on the planet that's like paradise. And
Are you trying to imply that
Riker's
Gene Roddenberry was interested in space babes?
Space Babes. That was his thing. No doubt about it.
I love how sarcastic Navox is. DS9 is amazing. It's like Harry Potter and Hermione hiding in a tent for 36 chapters. I mean, yeah. It's like you're waiting for a thing to happen, and then all of a sudden it's going to get canceled real soon, so they just put the whole rest of the story into the last, 12 episodes. Oh, by the way, these gods are like space beings, and yeah.
Spoilers for a 20-year-old TV show.
Yeah, they're gods to you, but really they're aliens in the rift or some shit.
Yeah, I've seen TOS.
Yeah.
I know about the god aliens. The one thing I did forget to mention is apparently
Different
enhancement
god
shamans at 325 can solo a decent portion of Nighthold. Normal. Found that out today.
Are you enhancing?
Why would I not enhance?
I mean-
Enhance is the best spec for shamans.
I knew that.
It's been the best spec for
I-
shamans since vanilla World of Warcraft. Have you heard of it? It's a good-ass spec. That's all I'm saying. And they have some gear in there in that Nighthold on the normal modes that looks pretty great for one of them their lightning fists type shaman men. And I want it, so I went in and tried to acquire it. I didn't get any, but I will next week.
Well, yeah. They took out a spell that I really depended on. It was a talent. I can't remember what it's called, but it allows it. I think Enhance can still do it. It allows Enhance to jump forward.
Yeah, Feral Lunge. I've always called it the
Yeah.
butt bite.
Feral Lunge. Okay. Do you bite
bite.
at the end?
Hmm?
Is it an attack?
It is in Heroes of the Storm. Rhaegar, the enhancement shaman character, can,
Right.
instead of mounting, he turns into the wolf. And
Yeah.
your first auto attack on the wolf, you lunge and you bite. So
Oh.
I like to think of it as a butt bite because it's my, you just need one more hit, but you're running away. Right on the butt.
Well, Feral Lunge was a talent for Ellie last chapter.
Mhm. Yeah, enhancement
and
had
now
it
we
as
don't
well.
have it anymore.
I don't know if
But
Resto had
Enhance
it, but I
still
know
has it.
enhancement had it.
But Enhance still has it.
Mm-hmm.
I think someone told me. And
They do.
I don't
I
have
use
it
it
anymore.
all the time. It's great.
In fact, there's a button on my keyboard,
It's missing.
like on my action bar, it's just empty. And where that goes, I keep pressing it, and I don't.
The other
Feral
thing
Lunge.
the other thing I should have talked about on the show was I have a wonderful sideshow of suck moment.
Oh.
Wonderful sideshow of suck moment.
Do tell.
Did you know that when you press N and tab over to the talents page and you select all of your talents, you as the player have the option of utilizing all of the talents that you have selected?
Are you saying you've been running around without talents?
No. I talented, and then I chose a spell and didn't equip it until yesterday. I was talking to our friend Awesome Nutella, whose real name is Osajanel. I've known this guy.
His real name is
Forever.
Mediocre Nutella.
His real name is Josh, but I don't know how to pronounce his shaman's name, so the chickens have nicknamed him Awesome Nutella because none of them know how to pronounce his shaman's name either. And he said yesterday, "Hey man, are you running Enhance? What talents are you using? We can talk about Enhance for a minute." And I'm like, "Yeah." And I read off my talents to him and then realize that one of them is the
need to-
punch the ground and make a little line of lava quake that does a ton of damage and does stuff.
Oh,
And
guess
I didn't use it.
Eshelon. Left.
Ash is gone.
Oh, he said he said he was gonna go.
Oh.
Okay. In the chat, in our private chat, he said he had to do a thing. He said someone died and he needed to go. It's not true. But
yeah.
so now it's on your action bars, right?
Yeah. And I used it to great success. But literally since the game started until now, I have not, until yesterday, I was not using one of my pretty good talents. It's like a low level, like a low to the bottom, meaning it's really strong, like it's one of the high level, you have to get it later talents. Didn't use it.
All of my suggested talents on Icy Veins are the passive ones. I have like several keys with nothing on them right now. I use my F function, my function keys. I retool them to like a action bar. So I use my it's just 1 through 4, F1 through 4. I use as spells for action bar, and F2 is always interrupt. Whatever tune I'm on, F2 is if it's rogue, it's kick.
My interrupt is on 11. All the time. Everywhere.
11.
11.
11.
Yeah.
Like the equal key?
No. 11. Look at the camera.
11. Yes. Okay. So it's
yeah,
on
I guess
your
it would be the dash key.
Right. Okay.
But on my mouse it's 11.
9 is always my
Barrel one.
expensive heal. Expensive heal, like flash heal, or I literally call it 9. It's like as
Quick,
a shaman,
9.
As a shaman, I've done this since like
I gotta 9 them.
years and years. It's like 9, 9, 9, 9. It's the it's not flash heal.
Like
it's
Adolf
the
in
big-
Inglourious Bastards. 9, 9, 9, 9.
It's the big like heal that you can do as a non-healing shaman.
Healing wave.
It's like your
Healing surge.
healing surge. Okay.
Used to be lesser
but
healing wave.
When I it's been healing surge since Kata at least.
Yeah, but I'm flexing my old timer. I remember lesser
Okay.
healing wave.
Well, and when I was like running a priest just as an alt for a little while, it was like flash heal, like an expensive quick.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's always 9. F2 is always interrupt. 1 is always a dot. 2 is always a dump of some kind, like a spender.
Mm-hmm.
And then 3 is because it's on my index finger. That's always my like cast it forever spell. So it's like
Your filler.
lightning bolt. Yeah.
I use lightning bolt to pull stuff, and that's it. Lightning bolt does no damage as enhance. But like if I got 4 alligators and I decide what I really need is 6 alligators, lightning bolt.
Chain lightning. I use the tilde key.
Tilde is usually interrupt for me. Oh no, dispel for me.
So that's, but I don't use my pinky finger for it. I use my ring finger for it. My ring finger is put on 1, but I only use it for okay, your ring finger is your weakest finger.
Everybody knows this.
Okay. So that's where my dot is, whatever class I'm playing, dot, and your index finger is your strongest finger. That's my filler spell. So if I'm doing a whole bunch of chain lightning, I bring my ring finger over to chain lightning, and after a while I'm like, ugh, it hurts. Like if I'm doing it too much, because that's not a finger that's normally used to do a lot of stuff.
What if you did use it for a lot of stuff, and then you had like a muscly ass ring finger?
It doesn't work that way.
You don't gain
can't,
muscles?
because your ring finger is attached by tendons, is associated by tendons with another.
I'm not a
finger.
hand doctor. I'm not a handyman.
Like, like if you were just like to bring up your ring finger and try to like put it on a flat surface, and you can bring up all your fingers. We try to bring up your ring finger. You can't bring it up as high. Like you can't. But I can bring every other finger up way high.
What if I did? What if I was like the mutant that could just lift his ring
Ow.
finger no problem, and that was my superpower?
You
That'd be a crappy
would
superpower.
have a crappy superpower. Because all you really needed is an opposable thumb. And then something to scoop up with. Like if you had none of these other fingers, but you still had an opposable thumb, you
I've
could
worn
still
mittens.
figure it out.
Been
Case
to
in
the ski
point.
resort.
Case in point.
Bruce Nee, I am actually an X-Man. Ring finger powers are not my power, though. My power is microwaves.
Oh, do tell.
I have an uncanny ability to know exactly how long is left on the microwave.
That's useful.
It's time for lunch. So I scoop a scoopful of chicken, and I put it in the bowl, and I put it in the microwave, and I press the button for a minute. Yeah, let's add another 30 seconds on there. I want my chicken hot today. Wander away, go to the bathroom, comb my hair, do something, and go, I think it's time for chicken. And as I approach the chicken, beep, chicken occurs.
Bing. Wow. That's...
My coffee's getting cold. I better throw it in the microwave, slap it in the microwave, wander away, do something, take my mind off of things. No, it's coffee time. Turn around, coffee time. I have an uncanny ability to just know about microwave times. If you
What about
need me to
popcorn?
count anything longer than like 3 minutes, no.
Tell me about your popcorn. How does that work?
So the popcorn bag tells me to put it on for 4 minutes and then to take it
That's
out
too long.
around the 2.5 minute mark when it starts to slow down its popping. So I kind of have to babysit it because different bags are going to pop at different times.
I've been using Skinny Pop recently. 100 calories a bag.
Yeah, popcorn is a delicious low-calorie, low-fat snack.
I'm going to get back on that diet. Okay.
Go for it.
My last job it killed me. I was
Me
good at
too.
it.
I hurt my back and my wrist in my last job.
I had high blood pressure, but now I don't. Magically, I have a different job that respects my time and stuff. And I gained like so much weight at this other job. Thankfully, I had a job.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's that. And like I hurt my back because of the stress and stuff. I had high blood pressure, back, or we even.
Oh, I think T dropped
still
out.
Streaming. Oh, okay,
We're streaming. You got a name on your face. It's fine. Doesn't matter.
that's fine.
Zagrat, yes. Rubber Chicken Coalition. Convert to Red Galleon. Normal mode.
Yeah. So I decided today, I'm like, you know what? I have a good job that I love. It's challenging, but I'm good at it. I am going to commit right now to do something physical every day that's good for me. I mean, it's these baby steps, right? So the physical thing I'm going to do tomorrow is go to the dentist.
Sweet.
Okay. The physical thing I'll do on Thursday is go to Pilates. You know, like, gotta do this. And I have to start counting the calories and stuff again. Because I hurt my back, so it's difficult to walk. I'm taking more cabs now because I hurt my back. Yeah. So.
What's going to happen, though, is you're going to get back on the calorie count thing. You're going to eat a bunch of popcorn. You're going to lose a bunch of weight. Your back's not going to hurt so much because you're not going to have to, like,
Right.
Everything's going to become easier, and as it becomes easier, you're going to get better at doing it, and then you're going to be just the most powerful human being to wander about the BlizzCons. Another thing I forgot to say on the podcast that I totally could have said, I bought plane tickets today.
That's my favorite thing I've done.
Very happy about being able to fly through the sky on an airplane.
I also purchased my tickets. But yeah, so when you get in there, when you leave, and when you, what's the plan?
I'm spending a week there actually. It's going to be the 27th to the 5th, I think. I forget. It's Saturday to Sunday.
Yes.
And I have a layover in Chicago.
Oh, do you now? How convenient.
Did that on purpose. 27th to the 4th.
What are you gonna do before the Wednesday? Before the 34th? What are you gonna do for those first few days? Or is your layover like in Chicago for like 3 days?
No. I actually don't know how long it's gonna be. We're going to get in on the 27th. My guess is it's going to be dinner and bedtime, like right away. Because in order to make all this work, number one, landing at LAX. Not my favorite thing in the world. But you know what? It's okay. Small sacrifices, no big deal. Probably just dinner and bedtime. It's going to be like a evening landing, so there's not going to be really a whole lot of time for anything else that day. The remainder of the time, exploring Anaheim, finding fun things to do and eat. I'm sure that there's going to be time made for pool type activity. That'll be a nice time.
Nice.
Do some swimmings. And then as the CTRers start to trickle in, go hang out with the CTRers. You know what? Actually, Winchester says Disneyland. Yes, probably is my guess, is my hope. Because
you did go last year.
I did go last year on Sunday. Can't go on Sunday this year with everyone else because that's when I'm leaving. This new job provided me 6.5 days of vacation time because of when in the year I was hired. They give everybody 14 days vacation per year, but I only had like a little more than half a year left for the year, so that's what they gave me. 1.5 days for my sister's wedding, the half a day for the rehearsal dinner, and then the day for the wedding. The remaining 5 days in Anaheim, that's Monday to Friday. Can't squeeze out that next Monday.
Right.
Can't make it work. So probably earlier that week. If we go at all, it'll be earlier that week.
Have you considered it all? I don't know. I've never done the LA thing. I've never done the Walk of Stars or the Chinese theater or anything like that. Have you considered doing any of that?
Haven't explored any of the options. I'm being yelled at in chat about Universal and roller coasters with several R's in Universal.
Did you take out all your earrings?
Yes, I did. I was at training this past week, and
yeah,
at the branch, nobody cares about the earrings, but I didn't want to walk into corporate with the earrings on.
Okay.
So.
Are you taking them out?
No. I finished. It was a 5-day training, and we didn't work on Monday for the holiday.
Right.
So it was Tuesday to today, and then tomorrow I'm back in the branch again. So I'm going to put them in tonight.
I just saw you like scratch your ear, and I was like,
yeah,
wait a minute.
I got like a spare hair back there or something. It's tickling the back of my ear.
It's like a ghost earring. It's like
yeah,
your limb is missing.
I got all the dots. What have you been up to?
I wasn't feeling so well this past weekend. Yesterday and Saturday, I slept. And I was supposed to like clean. It's not demonstrably dirty. I mean, I use that word too often. but like I need to like fold the laundry. I need to do laundry again, and still I have laundry to fold. Like
That reminds me,
it's-
I have laundry in the dryer. Or in the washer. Good call. Way to remind
I
people
meant-
about stuff.
Yeah, I I need to like put things in places that they go. But I just did not feel well Saturday and Sunday, so I mostly just slept and didn't do anything at all. And but I love my job. I really enjoy my job.
It's fantastic.
And, like 2 years ago, I was unemployed because I got laid off. People get laid off. And then I got a job, thank God. And they're not bad people by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, I still use their product. Like I really liked like what they're doing and stuff. But it was more than my body could physically handle,
Sure.
all the work. And now I'm working with wonderful people. I'm in education again. I am, people come to me, like engineers and stuff come to me to ask me questions about the product, and I make decisions about the product, that we're making. And I'm like, man, my last job would go, oh, hey, there's a new version of the app in the app store, by the way. And there'd be stuff that I had never heard of before, like new features that I didn't know about and didn't test, But now I'm like making decisions on how things go. And that's really refreshing, and I like that. Still in the tech, still in tech, but now I'm in education, and I've got a big background in education, still doing like iOS and Android app development type stuff. And I definitely have a background in that. It's weird. It's like all the decisions I've made in my life, have
Led to this in one way or another.
Yeah.
All your life experiences are feeding into this.
Yeah. My international experience, like our biggest.
You should figure out a way for your Warcraft experience to also help. You're like, by the way, I'm also an accomplished elemental shaman, which is one of the two best kind of shaman. I won't say which is the best kind. And the CEO's like, really? I always thought that rogues were the jam. And you're like, no. Shamans. I assume your
This is not
CEO would know exactly what you were talking about.
No,
You come waltzing in with your Alliance t-shirt on and your...
he would not. He is a very cool guy. He's a nice guy. Lives in he's got a sweet place on 14th Street, like in Chelsea. Like it's cool. But no, no. He's an artist background. Yeah, no, he's like way too cool. I don't know. Like I like him a lot, but I'm not going to talk video games with this guy for sure. He'd be confused. Very smart guy, though. We're still streaming, aren't we?
Yes, we've been live this whole time. What's up, chat?
Oh, wow. It's like we're getting like a little intimate, aren't we?
You haven't said anything that I've been uncomfortable about.
No, when I say intimate, I mean like personal, not...
The people
yeah.
want to know.
People want to know. Exclavier, keep going, yes. Barf, do tell me, like, you're still in training and stuff about, like...
Kind of. I still
your
have
job.
trainings
How's
to
that
do.
going?
It's going good. When I was first hired, I couldn't do anything. Then they trained me to do the hard stuff, but they didn't train me yet to do the normal stuff. So, like, if somebody came in, I could help. I could make accounts for them, and I could do all that, the desk stuff. But most of the people who came in just wanted to, like, do a deposit or a withdrawal or a payment or something. Couldn't do any of that. So I'd be sitting on the line on the computer reading trainings, and people would walk up, and I'd be like, I don't have a drawer. Ken would be happy to help you. And I gotta push people away. Like I'm not comfortable doing that. I've only been in retail my whole life. Like I'll just come here, I'll take care of you. Like that's how I approach customers. And I couldn't do it for like 2 weeks. There was like a week where I was out of the branch, and then there were 2 weeks where I was literally in the branch not working. Not working. Like I had to do all the other stuff but I couldn't do the thing that I think of when I think of going to the bank. I couldn't do it. And most of the people who were coming into the bank, I couldn't help. Now I can do all that shit. And the trainer said, "Oh, you should sign up for this business banking class. It's on Friday." And I said, "All right, I'll check in with my manager." So I Skyped her. We all use, apparently everyone in the thing uses Skype as like instant messenger. Like they use it like it's AIM.
Really?
Yeah, they
That's
use
weird.
they use it like it's AIM. It's the like,
How
oh
do they
yeah,
not
just use the
Slack.
just use
Everyone
business
uses
Skype.
Slack.
I don't know, man. They said just use business Skype, and I'm like, okay, I'll AIM somebody on Skype. Apparently, this is a thing you can do. So I shoot her a message, and I'm like, hey, they want me to go to this Friday class. Is that okay? And she says, yeah, that's cool. It's just that, you just got done teller training, and now you're going to be in the branch for now only 3 days instead of the 4 days before Saturday, and I had you in the branch 9 to 1 on Saturday with one other person. And if that one other person takes lunch or goes to the bathroom or something, you're going to be the only one on the teller line. Are you comfortable with that? And I'm like, and I made a joke. I was like, yeah, this instructor thinks I'm the best thing since sliced bread, and she thinks that you should increase my salary 30%. Like because I'm a jokester idiot. Then we had, I don't know, what kind of felt like exit interviews in the training. Like she wanted to have like a 5-minute one-on-one with everybody just to give them an evaluation for how they did in the training. And she was like, yeah, you did like as I expected because you have a background in banking. And I said, no, I had the platform training, but before I worked here, I worked for a pool store. Like I don't have a background in banking. And she said, oh, well, you could have fooled me because the questions you were asking sounded like you were a banker. I'm like, I am. I've been working here for a month. I understand what to do. And she was like, no, I mean, like, you sound like you know what you're doing. Like, you're going to be fine. I thought you knew what you were doing already. So, yeah, you're going to be fine. Like, okay, I guess I'm going to be fine. Get a very complimentary note to send to my manager. So that's going to be cool.
But
so weird to call her my manager.
Because she's your friend.
Yeah, I've known her since she was an underclassman to me in high school. And she was my sister's friend before she was mine. Like she's like 2 years my junior in school. And we've been friends forever. We were in marching band together. Like we were in the same circle of friends growing up. I was in her bridal party. On the girls' side, I was a bridesmaid. Bridesman.
That's totally a thing now.
Yep.
Yeah. Bridesman. And I'm going to be a groomsman in a month. Oh.
Yeah, my sister's getting married, and I'm going to put pictures of me in a tux all over the internet. Keep your eyes out. Keep your eyes peeled for that shit.
Oh my lord!
It's gonna be great.
Yes. Will Silver be there?
Yes.
Get that photographer is going to be expensive. Get all the Barf and Silver photos you possibly can.
Okay, so here's the thing about wedding photography. People go out and they find expensive professional photographers to take photos, and then the photos that they take are taken on expensive digital cameras, and then 80 years later, you get your album. My dad, who has a Canon that he keeps in a backpack, will shoot not as much as the professional photographer who's literally there all day just to click the button, but a lot of photos. And then at the reception, when he has a minute, we'll sit down with his laptop, burn the happy couple a new disc full of photos from their wedding, and leave it for them before he leaves. So the wedding photographer, I'm sure, will be great. If I need my photo taken, I'm going to my pops.
Okay, you're right. I know someone who is a professional photographer who makes most of her money on weddings. Okay. And the reason it takes 80 years to get this album or whatever is
They do a lot of
because-
work. They very
Right.
meticulously go through all the photos they shoot. I'm sure they dump most of them because the lighting wasn't right
They
this
dump
time
most
or
of them.
something was blurry. They get the best photos they can get. They lay them out in a very nice book. I understand that sounded like it was a big criticism.
Right.
Um,
And
I just thought that was funny that happened that time. My dad was
No.
like, "Here's a wedding album for you," and he's like, hands it to my buddy Ben.
here's
Waddle Squat, you know Waddle Squat?
yes.
Did that at Waddle Squat's wedding. He's like, "Here you go. Here's some pictures for you." He's like, "You just made pictures right now?" Like, "Yeah, I brought my laptop." I just saw
Fun.
myself in Discord do a face that literally I've seen on Waddle Squat's face a million times. I probably couldn't replicate it. There it is.
And I'm sure they were great photos. Okay, but they were unedited.
Mhm.
Okay, it was just a dump of the photo card onto a CD. You know, it was just like, well, the photographers do a lot, and wedding photographers in particular, they know what to look for and what moments, you know, and they'll even set up the moments.
Where to stand and
Yeah. Okay, it's the cake time. Even though no one cares about actual cake time, you still want a photo of this.
yeah, but you get a photo of the cake, you get a photo of the bouquet thing, you get a photo of like specific places in where the wedding happens, where the important part.
Right. And Silverbolt, I'm sure you will be gorgeous in a dress. If uncomfortable. I personally love wearing dresses.
Oh, I do too.
I mean, you get a lot of air, you know? They're so much cooler.
I feel breezy just thinking about it.
You know, if men understood this, there'd be way more kilts out in the wild.
I think the reason that there are as many kilts as there are is because that group of folk do get it.
Agreed. And I'm not talking about real men don't wear underwear. That's dumb and not true, is the thing. I suggest any man wearing a kilt to wear underwear. But, you know, I live in New York. You see kilts all the time. Not like tartan kilts. I'm talking about these like cargo kilts and stuff. Have you seen these?
No, I haven't.
Like,
Do I need to get one for Cuddles for his birthday?
I think he's got one. Like, I see him on like Facebook and
You
stuff.
tell a kilt?
Well, it's like it's just a modern, like, you don't want to call it a skirt because it's not feminine, okay? But it's got like it's like cargo pants, but it's a kilt. So it'll be like black or navy or khaki colored or gray or something with big pockets in it. It's masculine, you know.
My concern isn't the masculinity aspect of it. I just don't think it would work for me. You got to know what you can and can't. Some people can work it. Some people can own it.
Okay.
I don't know that it's my thing. I think I would
will say
fail.
that-
I think I would try and fail.
The people that look the best in it are the ones that are like super masculine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think I would try and fail.
Beard, or like, you know, tight
this is
t-shirt
the
with
most
a-
beardly that I get. I haven't shaved in a week and a half.
Oh, really?
I'm not kidding. I really haven't. I don't grow. It doesn't happen. It gets like this, and then these hairs will get longer, but it doesn't get any thicker. It just gets greasier. It's bad.
Mm. But you still
Xavier
have
says
hair in
do
your
it.
head.
I don't think so. Sorry, buddy.
Do it, Barf. Not the beard, because you obviously can't.
No,
But like a
incapable. I'll
But,
rub a bunch of testosterone on my face, and then I'll grow a big Nick Offerman beard. Be glorious.
Oh man, I know a trans guy who can't get the beard to grow at all.
Yeah, it's hard.
You know, and so he keeps a mustache, but it's like a nasty mustache. It's not a good-looking mustache at all. But he keeps it because he doesn't want people to think he's a woman.
Yeah, no, I understand.
You know, yeah.
But like, it's difficult for a lot of it's difficult for a lot of people who make their own like male level testosterone to make beards. Like I can't. It's not.
But you've kept it on your head.
My best friend in the world has a Gimli beard. Silver, tell him about it. It's
Gimli, like the.
It's this deep.
Oh, that's too much. That's
and
too
it's
much.
bright red. It's dwarf red. It's dark iron red.
That's too much. Okay, does he shave it up here though?
Yeah, he's very clean. He shampoos it.
Oh, okay. Because you're talking about people with glorious beards, but like some people like get it all like up here. No, you gotta keep it nice. You gotta put like the beard oil in it. And
yeah, it doesn't have like bird's nests and stuff in it. No, he softens it.
Nice. Okay. Well, I don't discount the masculine modern kilt, though. I don't know.
I'm probably just going to keep wearing pants because I feel like that's where it works best for me. Like, different people have different fashions.
I'm going to suggest the same thing to you now that I did a year ago. Almost a year ago. Not quite a year ago. Is that you start wearing pants that fit.
Pants that fit are the best thing ever. Have you ever worn pants that fit?
You don't have any.
Yeah, I do.
Those pants, whatever you're wearing right now, don't fit.
No, the pants I'm wearing now, I bought off the rack at Walmart. I'm not in love with these pants.
Okay, I didn't see them, so I don't know. But
I wear suits to work. Because
that's amazing.
Because I'm classy as shit. I don't have to do that, by the way. I could wear khakis and a button-up if I wanted to. But it's important to me to look power hot. And the suit, you could be ugly as sin. Put a suit on, you're 5% hotter.
That's absolutely true.
And the better you look before the suit happens, the higher that ratio gets.
Okay, wait a minute. No. Okay, I'm going to change it. A blazer, 5% hotter. Suit, you're going 10%.
My suits have vests. I got 3-piece suits.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I go balls to the wall on this. So I go in there, I find the one I like. I got 2 actually that day. I find the ones I like, and at the back of the suit store, there's a tailor, and he has you stand on the thing, and he's like, how do you feel in the pants? I'm like, I don't know, the pants feel pretty good. Then he cinches me at the top of my butt, and he goes, how do you like the pants now? And I'm like, this is fantastic. This is what pants are supposed to feel like. He says, this is what pants are supposed to feel like. Come back on Thursday. You're going to have yourself some pants. They feel good. They're good. Good pair of pants. I would show everybody, except that
you're not wearing.
I don't have enough vacation time to go to Dapper Day on Sunday at Disneyland. I have it within me to withstand the heat of the blistering November sun in Anaheim, California, to wear at least the pants and the vest. Maybe not I don't have a purple suit, Winchester. Maybe the third time I go in for a purchase. I have a tan and a charcoal. I'm thinking about getting a gray and a navy. And then maybe the next time after that I go, maybe then we're looking at like purple and like lumberjack plaid. Like, I don't know what we're looking at after that. We can go, but it'll be my 5th and 6th suit. I can go bananas if I want to. I can have a fun time.
Okay.
Big purple hat with a feather in it, like Darkwing Duck. Darkwing Duck didn't have a feather.
Your next purchase needs to be a pair of jeans that fit.
Okay. Where do you go to get jeans that fit?
That out there. I don't know, actually. Because
cool. Walmart, got
I shop at. But no, you can't do that. I want you to put this aside and spend at least
$300
$60 or $80
on 25% of a pair of pants.
On a pair of jeans.
There is a Kohl's right around the corner, Silver.
Maybe Kohl's, but you gotta. Thing is about Kohl's is you gotta dig. You gotta dig and dig and dig and dig and dig.
I can dig for clothes.
Thing is, you still wear like these baggy jeans. You should be wearing fitted jeans.
I have baggier jeans upstairs. These are 30.
I don't even know what you're wearing right now. Okay. Yeah.
These are a 34 waist. I have 42s upstairs.
Right.
I could wear.
Yeah. But there's different cuts. There's different cuts. Okay. Like, I think you can go for a narrower cut, is what I'm saying. Like, you can have things that fit. Okay. It's the style. It's the cut.
Sal just wants to look at my butt at BlizzCon. I can tell. I know where this
telling you.
conversation's going.
You were wearing chubby boy clothes.
That's what I had, man. I was chubby boy before. Like, I was still. It was fiscally irresponsible to do what you're asking me to do this time last year. Because I was still on the down. I was still on the decline. I've leveled off. I haven't moved from 182 in like 6 weeks, and it's pissing me off because 179 is where I was when I took that photo and put on Twitter, and then I immediately started eating normal breakfasts and drinking water again. And I fell out of. I just skinny.
Well, you had jeans. You say, "Hey, these totally fit. These are new jeans," and I'm like, "Yeah," but you got baggy jeans that fit you. You know, you want a different cut. You want to get away from the comfortable jeans.
Drop an emote in chat real quick. Bam, nailed it.
Listen, I'm not trying to.
Somebody else besides me can use that emote now. Did you know that? Some maniac who follows me on the Twitch hit me with a tier 3 sub last week.
Is it someone you know?
He once upon a time was called Baby Metal Fan for Life, and now he is B_abs, so I call him Babs. I assume that's what he meant.
Okay, I heard
he
you
is
say
a
Babs.
tier 3 subscriber to a bonus level. That scares the shit out of me.
So it's not like someone, you know.
I've not, hung out with him at lunch. I don't know. I've never
But
walked
he's someone
past
that
him.
goes to your. No, he's someone that goes to your stream and like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But
I
he's
know
not
him
like
in
your
the sense that I know most of the people in this
sorry.
chat.
I mean, it's not like your mom or something.
No.
like right.
My mom. Okay. She's gonna drop the tier 3 sub on me. Yeah. My mom loves me
I'm
that
just
much.
saying. It's not like Silverbolt dropping the tier 3
No.
sub. It's not, like a family member or something. It's a fan.
It was a fan, yeah. Weird, right? I don't know what to do with this new information. I think I need to stop streaming. Yo.
So
Silver sold a 500,000 gold hyena the other day.
I saw that. She's gonna get that long boy before you do.
No. She's going to get that long boy way before I do. My gold making strategy is going to take the whole expansion. She's just making it all right now because she thought with her brain and was like, I'll use inscription in the very beginning because people are going to want that. And I was like, I'm going to level engineering because I'm an idiot.
That engineering is not.
I thought it might be because there were fun gadgets. Like
It never is.
There's like a
Engineering is
transmog
fun.
box that I can just deploy. I can just create and drop a transmogist. But then I was like, oh yeah, I leveled this up and I have a ability to make these things. Or I could mount my yak.
Right, and everyone's got a yak. And that was expensive, but it's not that expensive.
No, it's not
It's
that
totally
expensive
like a doable thing. Everyone's got a yak.
Yeah. But I do have a snazzy pair of goggles that they have weird engineering specific Azerite traits on them.
You were telling me about that.
Yeah, they're cool.
That's cool. Listen, if you're gonna be an engineer, you do it for the love of engineering.
Oh, I do.
That is not
Although,
a money making scheme.
It's not as much for the love of engineering anymore because I can't use any of that stuff in raids. My glider I can't use in raids. I don't know if I can use my little personal belt shield in raids. I might be able to. I don't have to try that. But I can't use my glider.
Is an engineer. It's part of her character.
Yeah.
She's like she always has a transmog with the goggles.
Mm-hmm.
Like the moving goggles or something, and
This
it's
year's
great.
goggles are cool looking.
I haven't seen them. Haven't even logged on to that engineer. Sorry, to that So, although, if Shaman is going to suck until 8.1, it's like I might as well change classes.
Yeah, I heard you guys had a rework in the works that's not going to be out for a long ass time.
Right. I'm obviously not going to change mains, but like, because
What am I going to
God,
call
it
you?
takes so
Selmice is the
long.
rogue? No one's ever heard of that. Silly. Stupid.
No, I'm obviously not going to change my. It's too much work. I have limited time, but I do need. Dude, being DPS is hard. It's hard. It's like I want to pay someone to be my like tank, so I can get to all the things. You know, and do all the things I want to do. I am limited in what I can do because I'm not a tank. Or
you were talking about having a hard time getting into dungeons recently.
Yes.
The weight hasn't been that bad for damage. If you have like emissaries and stuff to do, like if you're trying to get your world quests in or whatever, the silver will tank for you.
Yes. Well, I mean, okay.
I'm waiting for her
Here's
to
the deal.
bring her 5 hunters into raid one night. She's probably gonna have a hard time doing mechanics on all 5 hunters.
That would be that's the worst idea I've ever heard. There is a gnat in here.
Yeah, gnats.
Right. Sorry, I'm off my. I'm a little bit drunk. I
Stone
suppose.
sober. Although I
Supposed to drink this too.
yeah, you
Didn't.
Look at that bottle of water that she's completely finished.
That's totally full.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't know. Here's the deal. I understand that I have friends who are tanks, but I feel like I should ask only when it's like important. Do you know? It's like play that card when you need to play that card.
Okay. The difference there might be, do you like look in public channels, or are you talking about coming to a tank specifically and saying, hey, would you tank this for me?
I'm talking about pulling the friend card, playing the friend card.
Okay.
Going, Casey, Erica, will you tank for me? So I can do this dungeon. Like,
yeah, I could see how like you feel like you're in position because you're dragging somebody away from the thing that they were doing so that they can carry you through a dungeon or something. I've felt that way before. Use this little technique. It's if you reframe it like, hey, we're gonna go run a dungeon and we need a tank. Would you like to come with us? Like, would you like to join us? Not, hey, I need you to do this for me. Would you like like as soon as you reframe it that way, it may seem like less of a put out.
well, and it's not dishonest either. It's also, I mean, I play Warcraft because I want to hang out with my friends.
Yeah.
You know, and I do get lonely sometimes, endlessly questing and storm whatever place.
Storm whatever place. That's what it's called.
Yeah,
The storm
and I
whatever
know-
mages out there always call, like, they sing songs and tell tales of storm whatever place, the ancient homeland of the storm whatever mages.
I wish I had gone to storm whatever first, because I did not actually enjoy Drustvar. So there's that. I didn't go to Drustvar. I went there second, and I did enjoy the down there area. Tiragard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I enjoyed the pirate thing. That was fun.
Pirates were fun.
I didn't enjoy the witch thing at all.
I
It
kind of
wasn't
did.
compelling to me. Everyone else, I am in the minority. I know this, and that's cool.
And I liked a lot of what happened in Storm Song, but there were swaths of it that I didn't care for. Like a bunch of the stuff that happened in the farms and the quill borer and basically everything that happened on the left-hand side of the map, except for the turtle stuff, I didn't care about at all.
Oh, I just started doing the turtle stuff yesterday.
The turtles are the best.
I mean, I've done like little offhand like turtle things, but like I actually started hanging out with turtles yesterday.
Oh my God. I'm ready for the turtles. I love the turtles.
What happened?
You don't dig it? I don't think their quests are all that engaging. But they're as a people, they're great.
Yes. Have you seen like the underwater bars they have?
Yes. I was so
I haven't
angry.
been
I
there
was
yet.
hanging out in Thist's stream, and she was like, I gotta show you this thing. And she transformed into a crab, and as a crab, she swam down to the bottom of the ocean and hung out with, and there was a small turtle doing like the turtle flap, and it was like little turtle. It was flying around at like shoulder height, and it had a drink on its shell. And it was a waiter, and it was bringing another turtle its drink. And I'm going, this is the best thing. I want a scuba bar. I want to go to this bar. I know how to drink things underwater. I'm an accomplished adult human man. I can drink things underwater. I want to go here. The secret, by the way, is those Gatorade bottles with these slightly twisty caps. That's how you drink things underwater. Scuba trick. Take that one for free. You know the ones where you stick it in your mouth and you can twist it, and then you squeeze suck, and then you twist it back again and it closes? You can definitely bring a bottle of Gatorade down with you if you chose to.
Why?
In case you get thirsty.
Okay, whenever I do...
The question is that, why?
I get super claustrophobic under the sea. So I've done some scuba in a tank. A shark tank, actually. And this is a thing, like they're all vegetarian sharks, you know, but they're like scary looking sharks, you know, and it's in Busan in Korea.
Uh-huh.
I will never catch that net. And I definitely did that, but I had fun because I was with some people, but like it was claustrophobic. And then when I go snorkeling,
Snorkeling is worse.
Is worse.
Much worse. Snorkeling, never snorkel. Listen to me, chat. Every one of yous. Nobody ever snorkel. Only scuba. It's easier.
Okay. I did snuba before.
I've never done that.
Cruise situation. Basically, it's like snorkeling, except you can go down further.
Yeah, I know what it. I've never done it. I know what it is.
Yeah, it's a thing. I hate cruises. I hate them. I'm using the word hate. I hate cruises. Because you get on a boat and you go to a place, but you don't actually experience the place. Like, hey, I've set foot on Cozumel, so I've been to Mexico. No, you haven't. Everyone speaks English. All the water is filtered, and you're eating American food. So,
yeah, but the scuba is better.
Okay, the snuba is what you do on these cruises because they don't have time to actually give you a class on scuba.
You're supposed to do what I did and take all the classes before you get on the boat, Sal. You bring your certifications and you hand them to the man, and he goes, "Okay," and then you go on the boat.
Okay, well, I did snuba, okay, and it's like scuba diving except you don't have to learn any of that shit.
You don't think that understanding Boyle's law is important?
I do, as a matter of fact, is the thing, and that's why it was lame. And I did learn a lot. I did take a scuba class to go scuba diving in the tank. Pardon me?
Archimedes' principle. Have you heard of it?
No.
There's a lot
what are you
of
looking up?
There's a lot of physics.
Googling? Okay, there's something behind your face that I don't know that I've recognized, that I've seen before, and it's on your wall, and it has your icon on it. Yes. Tell me about this. That's chainmail.
Before any one of you says anything about my tucked-in shirt, because I sit in the computer chair with a back pillow, my shirt rides up my back in an uncomfortable way. So if I'm going to be sitting here for a long period of time, I tuck it in. Don't make fun of me.
That is chainmail, and I bet it was made by someone who loves you.
Yeah, that's what happened.
I thought it was yarn, actually.
Yarn is only good in video games. And in
Chainmail's so much better.
in that blanket that my grandma made for me 26 years ago, I want to say.
French tuck it or riot. Oh my god. I love that.
Describe to me a French tuck. I don't know what that is.
Okay, a French tuck is something that I heard for the first time on Queer Eye. But it's a thing that people do. They tuck it in the front, but they don't tuck it in the back.
The whole point of the tuck is to keep it from riding up my back.
Okay,
I don't like
so-
it when I'm sitting at the computer and I'm this. I don't like this. This is that's bad. That's bad. That's not good. Makes me uncomfortable.
I got it.
Nice. Sal, Slayer of Minions. It is currently almost
It's late.
11:30.
Yes, we should go. We've talked for like a long time.
We've been live for 2 hours and 21 minutes and 17 seconds.
I think an hour of it was post-show.
More than that. I marked where we stopped, thankfully. I didn't think I was going to need to, but then we never went offline. So there is a mark when we stopped. There's a
Cool,
mark near
wonderful.
where we started, too. I didn't actually mark the beginning, but I did mark, well, I'm going to start that over again, which is what you said about 8 seconds into the show, so close enough.
Right. Cool. Okay. Well, it was lovely to have this personal conversation with you in front of the entire internet.
That's okay. Having an audience sometimes doesn't do anything, because I bet you more than once we each forgot we had an audience.
That's true. That is completely true. Mr. Miyagi would be so proud. Well,
Mr.
if I
Miyagi
had done
used
it with
chopsticks.
Yeah,
It's all the
but the
movie.
gnat was slower and smaller. Yeah. You need to get that booty then. I am not sure what context that was. It has been great. Oh, Exclavier didn't forget. I know Exclavier. Exclavier lives in Denton, Texas.
I've never been there.
You don't want to.
Yeah, I in my head, it's like hot, sweaty, and buggy. Like in January. Like in my brain, it starts off entirely too hot, and then summer arrives. Like that's the entirety of the state of Texas and Nevada and Utah and Oklahoma. All that section of the country in my brain is like just sun all the time.
There's only one thing good in Denton. There's a
it Exclavier?
university there.
What?
And Exclavier. There's a university. A University of North Texas, UNT, is in Denton, Texas. And it's a university town.
Party, brah.
And it's north of Dallas, but it's basically Oklahoma.
Where the wind comes rolling down the plains.
Where the wind comes sweeping down the plains.
Sweeping. I didn't actually see that show.
I was in that show. It's 14. But looks 25. So I play an adult. Yes. And then a local pastor was, I mean, we were just in a chorus, right? But we came on together, and he's a pastor, and his kid went to my school, whatever, but like I grabbed his arm as if he was my husband. And then his son had a yo-yo, and he was like our kid in the play. Like it was nothing weird at all. Okay. But and plus, I was just dressed as an adult woman in Oklahoma, and I had like a big hat, as one would.
Big Darkwing Duck pimp hat, I'm imagining.
No, but
You would have been very proud of me. Someone complimented me on my tie today, and I didn't go on a 30-minute tirade about Taz.
okay. Can we talk about this for a second? Okay. You said on your stream yesterday that you have tie tacks that are video game related.
Tie bars.
And
Like tie
tie
clips.
bars.
Mhm.
Yes, tie clips that are video game related. And I assume you have novelty ties as well?
Yeah, I don't have very many.
Okay.
And I probably won't be getting very many more because, as it turns out,
They're not very professional.
they're less professional than boring banker's ties.
Right.
I have a
Okay.
tie with goofy faces on it. I have a tie with like music notes that go all the way up, and at the bottom is the blue M&M with the saxophone. I have one
See?
with the Tasmanian devil with snorkels and fishes, and all the rest of them are like boring
Those are for church.
red ones with stripes on them, or that sort of thing.
Yeah. And you can get like the tie clips that still have your like video game. What am I trying to say? Okay, like
I got one with a
For
Hylian
example.
shield on it. I got one with a Pokeball on it. I got a Mario
What did I
one,
just do?
and I got a Super Nintendo one.
so
Yo, if that chainmail tie, that's gonna be like a hey, it's my birthday. We're coming up on Christmas. I'm gonna wear my swanky. I'm gonna wear my green shirt with my red tie with my chainmail, like that sort of. That's gonna be like the special occasion tie. I don't want the whole world to see that all the time. They got to see it special occasions only. That's what's up.
okay, so look at this scarf.
I'm seeing it.
Okay.
It's got an awful lot of
Um,
scourge on it. Not scourge.
That's just
Zergs.
this is not a good example.
It's got Zergs on it.
What I'm trying to say, and this one isn't a good example either. No,
No,
this
it's got
this one might be a
Cardstone.
better example. Okay, the Hearthstone scarf. Okay, if you didn't know what Hearthstone was,
You would just think it was a
then-
spirally design.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the Scourge one, I don't know. I've tried to like keep it professional with this one too. The Overwatch one, no. I also have an Overwatch scarf. That
Like
one,
big old tracer with the double guns. Like,
no, it's I mean, they're lovely scarves, but that's like a logo.
Yeah.
you know. What I was saying is that you can get stuff that's nice. That's not like I have Goofy on my tie. No, you could definitely. I bet you can get a Triforce clip.
yeah, I know I
That
can.
still looks professional.
I know
you
I
know?
can. I'm gonna play it cool for the first little while.
What I'm saying is play it cool forever. And then you get that other job that goes up here.
Yeah, I'm the
Yeah.
next corporate trainer. I'm following in Silverbolt's shoes. I'm teaching people how to teach people.
Sure. I don't know. When
I'm
you
only
said that you've
partially
got a bunch of-
exaggerating. I could do that job.
I think you could too. A lot of that has to do with like being personable and empathetic and like being able to read people. Anyway, I don't know why I just showed you my scarf collection.
Because I was talking about my tie bars.
Right. Don't wear goofy ties, man. I am. You don't believe me.
Everybody loves Goofy. I'm not. I'm not wearing them. I am not wearing them.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I wore
Wonderful.
the Taz one to the training today because they don't work with me.
Right.
I wear like blue with a pattern or red with a pattern like most of the time. The most flamboyant I get with my outfits is I really enjoy a purple button-up shirt. I really think that that's sharp. Little purple shirt.
I love purple.
Yeah, excellent color, right? Lots of people go like a light, like a sky blue because it's very safe. Give me that adventurous color. I want that purple.
No, the color's lovely.
Yeah, fantastic color.
Jewel tones would look great on you. It's not like a goofy tie clip.
And then, no. Mario tie clip. I can get away with that. I've been told explicitly that that's fine. That's like a... She literally said, the Mario tie bar is a splash of Casey. The Tasmanian Devil scuba diving tie bar necktie is like an explosion of Casey. It's too... You have great personality, but you can't throw it in the face of every client that comes in the door. Dial it back a little. Give us a splash. That's it. Like, bring it back a little. The goofy ties, it's a little too much. I know how enthusiastic you get about goofy. Dial it back just a little bit. And I was like, that's fine. I can totally do that. I can absolutely do that. No arguments.
Wonderful. Okay. I've got a 5-minute more question for you offline.
Okay.
Unless you just have to go. But we should
I
stop
would
streaming
like to be
because-
in bed by midnight. So yeah, I have a couple of more minutes.
Yes. Cool. Thank you for everyone who's still here.
Bye, everybody. I love you. Forgot where the